Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the McMinnville, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past weekend, December 18th. So going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you as I always do. So first off, we'll look at active listing activity. This last week in McMinnville, I show we had 5 new properties come on the market, and you can kind of see on a weekly basis, it's right in the range of where it's been. And then as of the end of the week, we had a total of 54 homes on the market, and you can kind of see that as a slight low for the past 8 weeks. So inventory has been coming down as we kind of get into this slower time of year that we're in right now. Median list price and days on market for those active listings. You can kind of see where that has been after reaching a high of 568 here about 5 weeks ago. It has dropped a bit. It's been pretty steady the past 3 weeks. This last week came in at 531,000. And then days on market, you can kind of see it risen up to 62 days and then actually retreated a bit for the next couple of weeks. And this last week rebounded back up here again to 60 days of average market time. So just about 2 months worth of average market time for these 54 homes currently on the market in McMinnville. Moving along to pending sales. This last week was pretty busy in terms of new pendings. There was a total of 11 this last week, which is a high for the past 8 weeks, as you can kind of see here. And then rebounded a bit on the total number of pendings to 46 this last week after bottoming out last week at 40. And then the median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see where that has been. We had a high of 524 about 7 weeks back, and then this last week is a slight low for the 8 weeks at 470,000. And then days on market, you can kind of see started off at 11 and then got up to 24 here about 3 weeks back. And the past 2 weeks has been right at 23 days of average market time for the 46 homes that are currently pending. So just a little over 3 weeks of on average of getting into contract for the pending sales. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, I showed we only had 2 homes last week go from pending to sold, and definitely a low for the past 8 weeks. And then when I look back over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a week by week basis, I came in at 30, came in at 30 sold listings over the prior 4 weeks, which is a slight low for the past 8 weeks, as you can kind of see, after getting up to 43 about 3 weeks back. And then the median sold price and days on market for the sold listings, that has been steadily increasing. Started off at 450, and then it's risen up to this last 2 weeks now. It's been at 539,000. And then days on market for the solds, you can kind of see the history on that. And reached the bottom here of 10 days here 3 and 4 weeks back, and has been coming up a few days from there. This last week kind of came in at 14. So just about 2 weeks of average market time for the homes that have sold most recently in McMinnville. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. The red bars is the weeks of inventory number. Started off at a high at just about over 8 weeks of inventory to begin with, and it dropped just about 5.5 weeks of inventory here 3 weeks back. The past couple weeks, it has been on the uptick. This last week, reaching just over 7 weeks of inventory in McMinnville. So, a combination of less on the market, but also less sales. Has kept this number relatively, in check, but is on the rise here a little bit again as we get close to the end of the year. And then the sale price as a percent of the original list price, you can kind of see that has been kind of trending down over the past 6-7 weeks now. Had a high of about 98% of asking price here about 6 weeks ago, and it has drifted down to last couple weeks has been a little under 96%. So a little over about a 4% discount off of asking price right now is kind of where things stand in McMinnville. So all in all, fairly healthy market, less than 2 months of inventory, and prices, while lower, are still kind of definitely hanging in there. So hope that weekly update has been helpful for you. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My number is 503-680-2065. If you haven't liked this, or excuse me, if you haven't subscribed to this video channel yet, please consider doing so. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local market in McMinnville. And lastly, really appreciate you watching, tuning in. Hope you have a fantastic day and week ahead. Have a happy holidays, and we will see you in the new year.